text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. You know. 205-964-5243. You know.
We in here. We in here from Collegeville.
Oh, Lord.
Gay City.
Pratt City.
Pratt City. Loving Village. Brickyard, formerly known as.
Beautiful. Chittisville, besides Collegeville.
Anyway.
Beautiful places. I know
Jackson Heights.
I know nothing of that.
I do. Anyway, so we're here. The Good Man's Daily Live. It's a mukbang. I forgot to put mukbang on the front of the mukbang Wednesday. Before you ask, I have a bowl from this company, not sponsored, so.
Selfie.
Thumbnail. Y'all know how to do. So anyway, what my thing is, I'm just talking.
What? Oh, why is it saying we're having trouble streaming to Facebook like yesterday?
Oh, they say it's an issue. It had an alert up there. There was an issue. So start this over. Flip Man's Daily Live. It's a mukbang Wednesday. So y'all know that's when we do two things in one. We have lunch and try to answer you all's questions about wholesaling real estate. No cash or credit. So we're here today to make that happen. Remember, everything you need, you can text to 205-964-5243. Now you know. Thanks to my man, Dust Jackson, again for that theme song. Some like it. Most like it. Some don't. That's cool. Can't please everybody. That's the world. Be just like that sometimes. That's what we're doing now. Anyway, before you ask again, I got a bowl here with some lettuce, rice, black beans, pinto beans, lettuce, some hot sauce, very hot and good, and some queso, the white stuff. Stay away from the white stuff. Some cases. And so anyway, we're here to answer your questions. So the title of this particular video is Start a Business with $500 or Less. Guess what business we're talking about? Wholesaling real estate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first introduction to this wonderful opportunity, is it an opportunity to get involved in real estate investing with really zero, but we're going to say $500 or less, right? And the reason your cash or credit doesn't matter is because what you're doing is you're finding great real estate deals, placing it under contract, which gives you some form of temporary interest / control, and you're basically selling that contract for 4, 5, sometimes 6 figures. That's what, to a cash buyer, to another investor. That's why your cash or credit does not matter in this situation. So that's what we're here to talk about. So this is a business opportunity. You can start with $500 or less. So the questions that normally are going to be posed are actually questions that are centered around that. So we'll go ahead and start with a question as I put on my bill.
All right, this is the first question on TikTok. Is it possible to close a contract in your first month?
In your what?
Is it possible to close a contract in your first month?
Yeah, that's what I did. I don't think that's normal, but that's how it worked for me.
All right, this is also on TikTok. What do you do if you can't find the property owner information anywhere?
If you can't find the property's owner information anywhere, that is so rare. That means you have an incorrect address. Man, I ain't got the thing up. That means you have an incorrect address if you can't find the owner's information anywhere.
All right. Let's see. Pete Glasser from YouTube said, "What's up, Footman and beautiful ladies?" Hello. He's here every day, so we appreciate you watching. Let's see. Left Side TV from YouTube said they're tuned in from Las Vegas.
That's what's up. That's where I need to be.
Okay, give me some money.
On the blackjack table. Hit me. Hit me. Double down on a hard 12.
Lord. Love Mitchell said it's the AM and the DMV.
That's what's
Sheba
up.
Davis said Footman Grand Rising.
What's happening, Sheila
Kirsten Morton said, "Hey, Mr. Footman." We got one question. This one's from Ricordo Vigro from YouTube. He said, "What's good, Footman? Is prop stream the best way to go to start off, even if I'm a little nervous to speak to people, or what would you say the best way to go about this business?"
Well, PropStream is a very good tool to use for a number of reasons. For building lists for cash buyers, motivated sellers. You can skip trace within the app. You can come up with ARVs, which is comping. You can just simply research properties from who owns it, which is a natural, their mailing address, what they paid for it in the transaction history, and so on. Very valuable tool. But yeah, that's a good start. Batch leads also, another good tool.
All right. Sheba Davis said, "I'm trying to work with some other wholesalers. How do I get them to send me the assignment contract so I can market it to my buyers? They have property, I have cash buyers. Help."
You just gonna have a conversation with them. Ideally, if you had a buyer somewhat ready to go, very interested, that's a different conversation. You're saying, "Hey, I got buyers," and saying, "I got a buyer ready to go." But you just have to communicate with them. Let them know, "Hey, I got a buyer's list. I'll send it out I can send it out to my buyers if I get someone on the hook. We can go into contract then, or whatever." So.
All right, this is on TikTok. Do you provide mentorship?
Do I do what?
Do you provide mentorship?
Oh yeah, we do that. Just text me on the 205-964-5243. Let's talk about it.
All right, this is on Instagram. How do I come up with the assignment fee? Is that just any number you want to make? Question mark.
Ideally, you need to do the first numbers first. When I say that, ARV minus repairs, or ARV times 70%, or whatever number you want to use, minus repairs, and then you can sort of figure out how much you can make based on what you can negotiate with the seller. You can use my deal calculator at dealulator.com. If you text me, I'll send you the link.
All right. Samuel from YouTube said, "How do you comp commercial properties and how do you wholesale a post office?" That's the first. I've never heard that question before.
Well, commercial is different from residential. First thing is, residential is just residential. It just may be the type of neighborhood as far as pricing, but houses are basically comped the same. With commercial, you have different forms of commercial real estate. You have multifamily, which is 5 apartment units or more, self-storage, hotels, motels, retail space, office space, medical space, industrial, warehousing. So you got so many different, so they're evaluated. Mainly, they'll be a little different because they're evaluated different, but most of the time it just depends on either the income that it can produce and or the positive cash flow / income that it is producing or whatever. So as far as a post office, you're really not wholesaling the post office itself. You may be wholesaling the building if it's vacant, or if it is a post office and it has a lease in place, you're again, it goes back to the cash flow. So now it just boils down to what they're asking and what it will cash flow, the NOI, the cap rate.
Okay. This one came from Kid from Ohio on YouTube. He said, I have a second number. I bought bandit signs. I'm going, getting tons of opportunities, but they are saying that if I market the properties and post pics, that's illegal since I don't have a real estate license.
What do you say?
He said he has a second number and he bought bandit signs and he's getting tons of opportunities. But people are saying that if he markets the properties and posts the pictures online, it's illegal since he doesn't have a real estate license. Is that true?
Well, technically, it may be an issue with that, but who's going to challenge you? And if you're uncomfortable with doing that, just promote the actual contract. You don't have to post any pictures or anything. When they reach out to you, you send them pictures.
Okay. Pete Glasser said, hey, Flip, I was looking in the Memphis market. It appears as though there are no comps for several properties there. What do I do?
Well, it sounds like you're in an area where there's not a lot of activity. You focus on areas where there's activity. If there's not a lot of comps in a particular area, that means you're probably not going to have any buyers.
I don't have anything else right now. Hold up, I kid, I lie. Okay, Laura Hudson said, hey, I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out for your birthday, so happy birthday. Oh, thank you. She also said, Ty, which one is more valuable, the Dealulator or Prop Stream?
Well,
They're the same.
Dealulator is Walmart, and we just offer products through it and services. PropStream is one of those services that we are partnered with, such as batch leads. That's just my CRM also.
Okay. And y'all, don't forget, you can text 205-964-5243. You can text the word Gator there if you want to ask your questions live with Ty, with the Flipman. This one came from Kirsten Morton on Facebook. She said, hey, Mr. Flipman, question. I watched your calculating ARV videos. How does one estimate the cost for repairs on a potential home, or is there a video I could find on that?
A simple way of doing it is, it's not set in stone, but it works for most properties. If it's livable, multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, times $40. That'll normally get you in the ballpark where you need it for its repairs.
Okay. This one came from Black Forbes on YouTube. They said, can you wholesale lots? I have a seller who tore down his house, but had an empty lot. So is it possible to wholesale it?
Yes, very possible. The only thing is a lot of times coming up with a real value on lots. I would go by the market value that the county is, especially if it's not in an area where they're not building any new constructions. Then I would go by the county value and probably try to get it at 30 cents or less on the dollar. But yes, you can.
Okay. This one is from Recordio. I hope I said that right. I probably been reading your name wrong, and I'm sorry. I apologize. They said, appreciate the knowledge. In my home, we call you the Flip Prophet. I like that. He said, you a blessing, big bro. Thanks. Finna get on that ASAP, so be looking out for me with my first check.
Make it happen with Recordo video.
This one came from Charles Lee on Facebook. They said, hey, Flip man, I have a question. I have a friend, her mother's brother passed away and left the mother and sister the property. My question is, does the mother and sister have to get the house in their name before I can give them a contract?
No, not before you get them a contract, but some form of probate process needs to start if it hadn't already, to get the property in their names. Now, in some states, like in Alabama, if those are only two heirs, you can do heir affidavits, and that'll push the process along. But each state will be different on that.
All right. This one came from Mr. Medina from YouTube. He said, "Hi, Mr. Flipman. By the way, the lady has a sexy voice."
Shoot your shot, boy. Shoot your shot.
Okay. At what point do I get the title company to start escrow after the first contract with the seller or after the contract with the buyer?
After the first contract with the seller or after the second contract with the buyer? Oh, when you have a buyer in place.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
They're just making statements on mine. They said he munching.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Good.
this person said this will be his first time wholesaling. I guess what's his first steps that he need to do?
Well, assuming you're going to educate yourself, you can use my platform on YouTube. Everything you need to know is there. After that, you're really going to know what to do. But ideally, first thing you're going to do is choose what path you're going to take as far as generating leads, what marketing, whether it's cold calling, direct mail, text messaging, banner signs, door knocking, Facebook ads, Google ads, and so on. So you're going to have to figure out what works best for you and your resources on generating daily leads, because that's really what the business just boils down to. How effective are you at generating daily leads? Period.
All right, this is on Instagram. I found a distressed property but can't find the owner information anywhere. That was the
Period.
same question that somebody asked earlier. I guess they just joining.
Well, they can't find the owner's information.
Correct. It's
Well-
a distressed property, but I can't
Well,
find the
if you
owner.
have the address, you can use the county website to pull up that information.
All right, where do I find the
As a
country-
free service now. If you want to do a paid service, go to digulate.com.
All right, this is on TikTok. Where can I find the contracts that's required to wholesale a deal?
Text the word contract to 205-964-5243. I got you taken care of for free. Hey, if any local restaurants in Birmingham want to sponsor our lunch, we all in today. So if you trying to get your thing, well, I know probably ain't that many people watching in Birmingham, but for those that are, if you got a restaurant and know somebody want to sponsor our daily, our Wednesday mukbangs, and hey, if we'll do more of them if we got. So if y'all want to sponsor our daily mukbang with some free food, let's talk.
All right, this is on Instagram. Would you be interested in a land deal in St. Louis?
And we'll look at it.
So submit them over.
All right. Leonard Sykes from YouTube said, "Is it possible to overcalculate the ARV?"
Yeah, you can be
Yeah,
wrong.
the math can be
Yeah,
wrong.
or you could estimate it.
Oh, well. Oh, somebody on TikTok tried to go live.
No.
You can text 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator, and I'll send you the link so you can join us on live.
Boom.
All right. Eric said, "Good afternoon, philanthropists and ladies of flip."
What's happening, Eric?
Y'all, I like that. We got some good nicknames.
What are they?
Philanthropists and ladies of flipness.
I like that way better than.
The
The flip
LOL.
girls.
The
I'll
LOL.
be trying to. Okay. Mr. Medina said, "What numbers do I use for calculating the repairs for homes in California?" The same one.
Same one. You may go up a little bit in the higher end as higher end in California is different than higher end in
Yeah.
most parts, but same one.
Oh, okay.
I may increase that 25 to 35 and 40 to 50. So
Okay. Frost Fiction Live said, "Shout out to the Flip Man." Mary Myers from Facebook said, "Disgusting eating and talking."
oh.
Then why you Then why are you here, sis? It's
Oh.
actually the point of the video this time.
Hey, that's these young girls' fault. They suggested I do it, Mayor. I'm so sorry, but we will continue.
Well, you can join us tomorrow. Charles said, "Hey, Flip Man, can you repeat that formula to get the ARV for livable and non-livable?"
$25 if it's livable. $40 if it's not livable.
Hold on. I don't want to skip anybody. Charles Lee from Facebook said, "Do you think bandit signs work in Baltimore? What is the best method to use in Baltimore?"
From my understanding, yes. Someone about I think last week was talking about how many bandit signs they see. That means they're working. So to answer your question, I don't know what the best method is in Baltimore, but if those will stay up and doing correctly, I know they'll work.
All right, Eric.
Mary made me feel bad.
Should be okay. Eric McKinley, he said, "My name is Eric. I live in Dallas." Okay, you just sent the text to Eric. I saw your text. He said, "I live in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas area. I have about 70K to invest.
Ooh.
Any recommendations where to start?
Got that bread.
Where to start for an immediate impact?"
Okay. Where is it in Dallas? Okay, DFW. Okay. All right. So, Eric, now you have an advantage that a lot of people don't. You have a war chest to work with. You would only have to use a very small portion of that. As I said a moment ago, this is all about marketing and generating leads. So I would probably set a $5,000 budget out of that $70,000, and for the next 3 to 4 months. That would allow you to definitely set up a text messaging campaign. I don't know what your time is like, but text messaging campaign. It's enough to do direct mail, but I really want you to start out that way with direct mail. You could easily spend $5,000 in direct mail just on one run or whatever. And now if you were willing to go 10,000 of that, then yeah, you can incorporate the direct mail into your pipeline. If you're good with bandit signs, you can spend a portion of it in that. What else? You definitely want to take advantage of batch driven. That's a lot of stuff you can do online. That's enough to hire a VA, but before you do that, you really need to somewhat create your process so you can train them on your process of generating leads. So I would do text messaging, possibly bandit signs. You would hire a VA to help you with cold calling and the text messaging. And if you're willing to spend $10,000 of that, then you may want to do a direct mail campaign on top of that. Well, you know what? Before you do direct mail, I would recommend probably doing a Facebook ad campaign. Now that's tricky with that. Now, if you need help with that, just text me on the number. I can recommend the guy, which is my partner also now, that helped me set mine up or whatever. That's been very effective at generating leads. So that's how it would start. So you would, after that $10,000, you shouldn't have to touch that again. You should be, the business should feed itself. So you'll have 60,000 that you didn't even have to use to start the business with or whatever, if you want to go that route. So.
All right, this is on Instagram. Once you find your buyer, do you take an electronic payment of the earnest money deposit from your buyer?
I guess you could do that, but ideally you want to have a third party to hold it, such as a title company and or a closing attorney.
All right. Do you pick up when sellers call after you do a text blast or text them?
It goes to the answering service, so someone will answer. I think it's set up that way so that someone will actually answer or whatever. So.
Okay. Big K from YouTube said, "How many driving for dollars addresses do I need to get a deal?" That's a good question.
Very good question. But look at it this way. Generally speaking, no matter what form of marketing you do, now the first person you call may want to give you a deal. You know, it's possible or whatever, but don't look at it that way. I don't recommend looking at it that way. Ideally, 25 to 30 people that you talk to turn into a deal. 25 to 30 people that want to sell So that means you may have looked up 100 houses to get to that 25 to 30 number of actual people that want to sell to get to a deal. So however many that takes to get to that number.
All right. Sheba Davis asks, do you use Community for texting? It's expensive and I need alternative suggestions.
Well, Community is more, it's more of a thing, like it's like the alternative to social media, because if you say, if your social media says you have 10,000 followers or 10,000 YouTube subscribers, it's not like you're going to ever really reach all of them. In most, because some people do because of the type of content that they're putting out.
Mm-hmm.
But stuff that I put out, I think the numbers are between 3 to 4% of your YouTube. Just use YouTube as an example. Well, it's social media across the board. They're only going to send it out to you 3 to 4% of your followers. And then if it, they do a lot of likes and comment engagement or whatever, then the algorithm may send it out to more people or whatever. So you're really at the mercy of that. So with Community, now if I have a list of people that have texted me for whatever reason, now I can reach back out to them when we go live or when I post new content or whatever. And so I'll get a response rate probably over 20% each time. That's a lot in the marketing world. If you have a list, you can get a response rate over 20%. Sometimes it will approach 30%. Or well, with my content anyway. So some people get a much higher than that. So that's why. So for the text blasting that you're looking for, that's not, Community is not what you're looking for. If you'll text the word text, TEXT, it'll automatically reply back with the video and text messaging. So if you want to learn how to text the proper way, I'm partnered with Batch Leads, but in that video, I show you how to put the entire campaign together. So just text to 205-964-5243.
All right. Leonard Sykes said you should write a wholesaling book. In fact,
I actually have a ebook that not I guess a book you're talking about, but I have an ebook that you can get now. So if you just as you text me, I'll send you the link to it or whatever, or you can go to flipmasterclass.com. But again, if you text me, I'll send you the link to it or whatever. So,
all right, this one came from Anya Blitz. So they said, do you have your own repair cost chart?
No, because I just keep it simple. If it's livable, $25 times the square footage. If it's not livable, $40.
All right, this is on Instagram. Which answering service do you recommend?
The one I use, they're okay. I'll put them in the shape or whatever. If you text me, I'll send you the link to them or whatever on their services.
All right. This one came from Facebook from Michelle Mize. She said, is it considered selling as a real estate agent if you put a house under contract without having a buyer yet, or don't have the funds if wholesaling is my business model?
But yeah, as a wholesaler, even if you have a buyer's list and you put a property under contract, ideally you may think you have a buyer for it. Maybe think you have 2 or 3 for it, and you reach out to all 3 of them, and the timing is just not right for them, or they don't like the deal. Doesn't mean it's still not a great deal or whatever. So as a wholesaler, that's part of the business. That's why it's so important to negotiate a great deal to increase your chances of finding a cash buyer for it, and obviously knowing how to market that deal.
All right, Black Guy from YouTube said that Hayden, do you, bruh, don't stop me from learning. LOL. They talking about sister girl who don't want you to talk and eat.
What it look like I'm doing? Thank you, sir.
Somebody else, Lafayette Keys from YouTube said, don't feel bad. You are very valuable, Ty.
Thank you, Lafayette, man. Thank you very much.
Alonzo Lindsay from YouTube said, "Hey, Flip, do you 50-50 on mobile home parks?"
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it for sure.
Oh, the whole park, child. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. This one came from Mr. Medina. Do you recommend I go to a VA company or individual to get a VA for cold calling? I need someone to help me cold call.
Well, mine came through another service that I paid for, so I really can't answer that. You may have to go through a couple of them before you get something get with someone you're satisfied with. Really nothing I can tell you on that. Because
Okay.
I've tried a few myself till I got to what we got going now.
So this is a related question from Sheba Davis. She said, "What tasks would you delegate to a VA? I'm an acquisition manager, and menial tasks can be delegated."
Oh, well, I would have to know what your role is, the acquisition manager. I know what that means. Um, I don't know. You would have to sort of spell out your job, and I could tell you, well, you can have a VA to do that instead of you having to do that. I would have to know some of the details of your duties.
So how do you hire a VA, and what info will they need from you? That's from Wanisha on Facebook.
Well, that's what they were just saying. There's if you just do a search on virtual assistants, there are going to be companies out there that offer those services to place a VA with you or whatever. So ideally, you want them to have already had experience in real estate and with a more focus on wholesaling and trying to generate those leads or whatever tasks they've done. So and then it just boils down to getting them to understand your process of what you're actually trying to do and how you would do it, even though they've done it another way with someone else. And that's one of the things where the CRM that I offer would be valuable, especially when you're trying to use a VA, because being able to manage your leads as far as where the leads are coming from, like you could create, as I said before, you could create pipelines for your bandit sign leads, for your direct mail leads, for your driving for dollar leads, for your bird dog leads, for your text messaging leads, for your cold calling leads. If I said direct mail, I'll say it again. But now within those leads, each one of those leads, you can communicate with them different, so you can track and see what's working, what's not working, what you need to do more, what you need to do less of, and change. You can communicate with sellers, potential motivated sellers, through text message, email, ringless voicemail, and a click of a button, a phone call. And the phone calls are recorded. So now if you have a VA working for you, or a partner, or even yourself, you can always go back and listen to the message to see if they're, number one, doing what they're supposed to do. Number two, if they said something that needs to be corrected or whatever, and so on. So that's really valuable itself. Also within that CRM, you can build your a cash buyers pipeline where you can communicate with them whenever you have deals. You can just send out a text blast, a ringless voicemail to everyone. Obviously, you can call them or you can email them. So that's the CRM, which would go great with an actual virtual assistant as a tool. So you can just text me at the 205-964-5243 CRM.
All right, this is on Instagram. What's a good digital signature service?
DocuSign has worked pretty well for me over the years.
All right, this is on TikTok. Someone said, "Let me get a bite."
This is Jessica Cake.
Birthday cake.
I guess you can take it home today, Jeff.
All right, this person, she's just starting off. She don't know if she's in a good area. I'm guessing this is how you pronounce it. Gwinnett. I looked it up.
Gwinnett?
In Georgia.
Yeah, that's basically Atlanta. Yeah,
Okay.
you're in a great area. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, she don't know how to find sellers. So, is there any advice on how to?
Well, that's what
move this over?
my YouTube channel will help you with. What was that name? I'm trying to say it.
Yeah.
From TikTok.
Yeah, from TikTok.
But as I was just mentioning before about the CRM, the different type of leads, but I was talking about As wholesalers, we're really marketers that get paid because we find great real estate deals. We find great real estate deals, we lock them up, we get paid an assignment fee because we sell that contract or assign that contract over to a cash buyer. But those different marketing techniques, such as I mentioned before, bandit signs, direct mail, cold calling, driving for dollars, Facebook ads, text messaging, direct mail. I say that again, I keep saying Google AdWords, marketing, advertising, letting people know, hey, I buy houses. You're doing it in so many different ways. You just got leads just coming, your way on a daily basis. That's simply how it works.
What mailing service did you recommend?
Oh, well, the guys I use are out of St. Louis. They're experts. They deal with big players in the real estate investing world. If you text me, I'll send you their contact information to my two guys over there.
All right, this is on TikTok. Do you use PropStream?
All day. I'm partner with them, but I use the service. We run our business around that, along with batch leads and some other tools. But yeah.
Okay. Let me scroll back up. This one's from Dwayne Willis on YouTube. He said, who are the people you're looking to sell the property to once you acquire one from a seller?
All right. Before I answer that question, back to that last question, with PropStream or batch leads, you can always access that through digulator.com. So it's through digulator.com. So, but what he said, who do you sell the properties to from YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're flipping your contracts to a real estate investor. You're a real estate investor as a wholesaler, but other real estate investors that have cash or quick access to money. And the reason that they would deal with you is because you found them money. Wouldn't you pay someone to find you money? You can. Okay. I said, wouldn't you pay someone to find you money? That's basically what you're doing as a wholesaler. You're getting paid to find money. That's it. I don't know any other simple way to put it. You're getting paid to find money, equity in houses. That's your job. That's why you can make the money you can make, because you're doing what everybody wants is money. Most people anyway.
Okay, he also asks, can you wholesale without an LLC?
Oh, you can, most definitely. Ideally, you want to establish an LLC or some business entity at some point, maybe after your first deal or two, because you are running a business. You want to take advantage of having those entities being ran through those entities, your business being ran to those entities, through those entities.
Okay, and he asks, do you think wholesaling is good in New York City?
Yeah, it is. You just have to understand the playground that you're dealing in. There's going to be endless opportunities there. The process is a little different in New York, but yes, most definitely.
Okay, Joseph Ellis from YouTube said, wholesaling $1 million homes, is that a good market, or is it better to start off in smaller markets?
Well, now $1 million homes are, if you're in New York City, as we just talked to that person, that's regular. You're in LA, Southern California. Why they don't say South California? Why they say South Florida and they say Southern California? I wonder why they do that.
They say South Cali.
I know, but they don't say, they do say South Cali, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't say South California. They'll say Southern California or SoCal, where you don't say Southern Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things. But
well, Florida, I don't know. Go ahead. No.
Yeah. So about the $1 million homes. And also when you're dealing in those type of properties in other markets outside of those, LA, Seattle, maybe the Bay Area, New York City, where those are more regular than other places. Cost of real estate is so much higher. You could do deal on a $10 million house or $20 million house if you can get that $20 million house for $12 million. It's just not as, those are just not going to be as plentiful, right? So that's why you just are not going to spend a lot of time targeting those. In a lot of cases, those houses are leveraged with mortgages that won't make sense for a wholesale deal. So it's just a numbers game. There's more opportunities in the lower priced houses in most cases.
All right, Mr. Medina said SoCal. I do hear people say that.
Yeah, I know. I think I
Yeah,
actually said that.
SoCal.
Yeah.
All right, it's your girl Angel. I'm just venting. Said, hey y'all. Michelle McDonald said, good afternoon, everyone. Sheba Davis said, I find deals, connect wholesalers with money, do marketing, find contractors, onboard them, and interns, manage teams. We do real estate investing and construction. Also manage the CEO schedule and communication. So that's why she's saying she wants a VA.
Okay, I find deals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do you find the deals? Okay, so that we'd have to break that down. I connect wholesalers with money. All right, I do marketing, so that sort of goes under the find deals. So we'd have to break that down. I find contractors. I onboard them. I know a VA could probably do that for you, and the interns. I manage teams. I have to break that down. We do real estate investing and construction. Okay, so a couple of those you're gonna have to break down so I can tell you where a VA probably could fit. And they're doing so. You gotta heavy load, Sheba.
All right, this is on Instagram.
I don't even know why you're watching me. Sound like you in it. Sound like you're in it for real.
All right, this is on Instagram. How often do you send direct mail to the same list?
Well, that's going to vary from person to person, but I would say at least every 2 to 3 months. You'll stagger your list.
Okay, this is on TikTok. I've been looking to wholesaling. Would I need a team or can I start alone?
Yeah, you definitely going to start alone. It's best to, I ain't gonna say it's best, but most people just you do it. It's not that complicated, right? It's not an easy business by no means, but it is simple as it sounds. You don't have to have a whole team. You just need to understand what the process and just put some of those methods into action.
Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see.
Someone just made a statement on TikTok. I need funding.
Text me. I got a couple of sources on that. Just text me on the number, the 205-964-2439. You know.
All right, someone on Instagram said, this is Froggy21. It said, tell Flipman to stop playing and buy those properties in Louisville.
Who?
Froggy21 on Instagram.
Oh, no. Which ones are you referring to, sir?
It was laughing at it. It said, I heard someone, this is on Instagram, I heard someone got arrested for wholesaling. Why?
Who knows? I don't know. Could you get more details?
All right. Well, okay, this is on Instagram as well. What does it mean if a property says it's owned by a trustee on PropStream?
It's in a trust. It's in a trust.
All right, this is on TikTok. What is the best way to find a mentor? This is your mentor.
Well,
right here.
it's like going into Coca-Cola and saying, where can I buy some Coke? I mean, where can I buy some soda? I'm sorry, not Coke, but where can I buy some soda?
Right.
Now, if you're talking about a mentor locally or whatever, that's just networking, man. Just get out there and put your name out there that you need help. But if you're just trying to just find somebody that coaches, I do that. That is an option that I offer as a paid option. You know, I'm Coke and you walking into our office and say, where can I get some soda? Like this is okay. Well, there you go then. Okay, well there you go. Networking.
Tell them to go to the Facebook groups. Yeah.
Yeah, go to Wholesaling with the Flipman Facebook group. What's your name?
right.
Don't say it.
This one came from Big K. She said, once I have the property under contract, do I take it to the title company first or find a cash buyer?
Find a cash buyer first, because the cash buyer may not want to use who you use. And the one with all the gold, which is the cash buyer, normally makes the decisions on who and where you close. It's all negotiable though.
All right. All right. Samuel said, how do you file an affidavit memorandum?
Affidavit memorandum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know I guess it doesn't matter what the purpose. You just, whatever form you're using, you will go record that at the courthouse. Whether in person, or I guess maybe you can do it online, depending on the county that you're dealing in.
All right. He also said, great content.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Aronoff.
Mm-hmm. Mia Miles said, do I give the title company to hold the earnest money?
Eminem, yes.
Okay. Shiva Davis said, I'm the one who went live with you from my truck. Remember? You remember her?
Yes, I
She
do.
said, I just started my mentorship with the CEO of this company. At that time, I worked hard and grew into this role. I'm blessed. And she said, grateful.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Adrian Rivas from YouTube said, so real estate is hot in the retail side. Is it also hot for us wholesalers and investors?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Adrian.
All right, this is a
Rivas.
follow-up question on Instagram. Can the property be wholesale if it's in a trust?
Yeah. It still has a human being behind our trustee. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, what's the best app to use to find a homeowner who is looking to sell?
That's looking to sell?
Yeah.
That's a broad question, because that's what we're doing with all the different methods that I'm talking about. They say, what's an app?
What's the best app to use to find homeowners who are looking to sell?
I don't know if there's if you're just looking for people that want to try to sell real estate, then that's just Zillow. But we normally try to find properties that are not for sale. They're off market. They don't know they're for sale until either they see a message of ours or receive a message from us or whatever. You're just trying to look for properties for sale. You just Zillow or whatever. So.
All right, back to that question when the person was saying they needed funding. They didn't get that number.
It's right here on the board, 205-964-5243. Can you see that over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Flip Man.
The only phone number
Flip
up there.
God, sorry. Thanks, Flip.
Oh. Oh. Me and Charlemagne.
They said earlier, I ain't said them.
He be getting upset about that. Oh, Lord.
Anything with Flip in front.
Flip Unc.
Huh?
Flip Unc.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Flip Unc.
Okay, the Flip gang, y'all don't like that.
I like that. Anything with the Flip girls. This is
the Flip girls do sound like some.
I'm the Flip boy.
You said like,
I'm the Flip boy.
He the Flip boy. Okay.
I'm a boy. Oh, yard boy.
Michelle McDonald. She said, I want to learn how to wholesale properties. Where do I begin to learn with you? You're here. Yeah, also you can head over to his YouTube channel and ask Flipman and have access to over 500.
Well, it is over 500, but over 600.
600 videos spilling his guts for free. And it'll teach you how to wholesale step by step. And you can join us on live pretty much every day. We won't be on here live tomorrow, but he will be live with Comps 101. And what's the other one called?
The Flippinar.
The Flippinar. And that starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, you're in the right place, Miss Michelle.
It's all here, Michelle. You just dive into that information. If you got questions, you can post them in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis, literally.
And these videos, these lives go into replay mode on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, I'm not sure about Periscope and Twitch, but pretty much everywhere. So you can watch this back, and if you have a question or if your question didn't get answered, you can comment. Somebody will answer you. Okay.
I believe when it hits man, I'm gonna be short, so I'm gonna be short, so I'm from here on out.
Oh yeah, you said that.
What?
You want to wear some shorts?
Shorts and slides.
Shorts and slides.
Huh?
It's gonna be giving very much pajamas on the videos.
Now they gonna think you got. Because right now it look like.
We can do shorts, but you still need to put some tennis shoes on.
Do
Yeah.
I've been told by women I have some cute feet.
We're gonna move on.
I'm
We're
saying.
gonna move on.
All right, y'all see.
Comment below if you want to see.
Right. Come in if you want to see Ty's feet.
I've been told that now. They be like, wow, like.
Well, you go to get pedicures.
Hey, say some cute. Hey, so some can be on me cute. I'm like, okay, there it is. Hey. Well, I've been told. I don't know if they I don't know if they lying to me or not. I could be lied to. You know what I'm saying? I could be fooled. Trust me.
So you could be in the food commercial. That's what you're saying.
Who? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay, this is from Laura Hudson. She said, "Hey Ty, do you know of anyone who does quiet claims, not quick claims?"
Quiet the title. I don't know any attorneys that do. If you call, well, just text me. I'll refer to attorney's information. He probably does it. Yeah, she's the one in Birmingham, right, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Oh, West End.
It was over in Titusville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mia Mouse asks, have you ever put an ad on the radio? And if so, what's a good demographic to advertise to? OD station or talk radio?
Mia, Eminem, aka Eminem. I've done it all. I've done billboards, radio, broadcast TV, cable TV.
What you had a commercial saying? Call me now.
I wasn't in it. I wasn't in them. I wasn't in them. Y'all know how I wouldn't. I wasn't in them. I don't want anyone to look at the commercial and say, I don't want to do business with him. So I wasn't in the commercial. So, but anyway, radio. If you're going to do radio, it will probably need to be a talk station, and you probably need to get them to do the what do they call it, Jessica? When the personality gives the commercial, you in that game. Like
a shout out or something.
Yeah, not really a commercial. Like we're about to go, like they may be coming back from a commercial break and say, hey, before we play before we go into the next topic or take the next call, make sure if you need to sell a house fast, blah, blah, blah. But there are more effective ways to use your money than radio.
Radio is expensive.
It is so expensive. So you would do better with Facebook ads and or Google AdWords than the radio. Much better. It is so expensive. And it really shouldn't be now because people now don't listen. Like, I only started listening to the radio since y'all started working here. I hadn't turned on the radio and because I listened to so much. Y'all know how it be. I may have on a YouTube or I may be using the iHeart or something like that or whatever. Or satellite radio. In that sense, so not saying I'm the one, but I know their numbers are down as far as listenership. That's one of the worst way to spend money on advertising.
It depends on what your demographic.
Well, let me. You're right.
If your demographic, that's why a lot of lawyers and people like that, they still do radio ads.
And see, it's more.
Like
and now we're in a high dollar product.
Yeah. And
you probably could justify it. By a deal or two, but the money you're gonna spend, that money could still go into to some that'll generate more leads. Yeah. Like an attorney, they're targeting $1 million because normally it's gonna be civil, right? And all criminal. So they're targeting big bags. So it's justified, like I say, the demographic. So but for us, it's tough, man. And you got to be doing more than wholesaling too. Let me tell you that. Now, if you're open to doing subject twos and lease options and wholesaling or whatever, then yeah. But if you're just doing wholesaling, from my experience, I wasted a lot of money on it, maybe, or whatever. It's not worth it. It's just better options out there.
They said nobody my age listens to the radio.
Well, you all don't even own any real estate either, so it really don't matter.
Oh, we're talking about radio, and you just threw that in.
Yeah.
I bet. How old is he?
Her.
Her. How old is her? How old are you, her?
Don't count the young folks out.
Nah, but normally, 55 older. Yeah, so they don't listen to the radio, but they don't own any real estate, so it don't matter anyway.
Well, that's true. That's what your commercial would be.
Yeah.
Okay. I listen depending on, like I might listen to the Breakfast Club, or I like listening to Ricky Smiley or something, depending on like who the guest is.
That Breakfast Club demographic probably wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Because you're not young, it's too young. When you say?
It's in the middle because their demographics pretty,
Oh, I listen
broad.
to it. I'm, all out, but I listen to it. But I'm saying I don't know if I'm the norm in my age bracket. See, I ain't the norm in my age bracket. Period. I don't think.
You said you don't think you would?
I think so.
And stuff that I do.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you compare me and your daddy?
Yeah, like my dad and like his friends, they listen to the Breakfast Club and like.
Okay, well then I stand corrected. Corrected. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. The reason people like your dad and I still do that. See, my sister told me I'm too old to listen to hip hop and rap. I like, that's what I grew up on.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We have a perspective on it that most people don't have on it because we started listening to it when it started.
Right.
So we've seen, that's why I can listen to the 80s rap.
Yeah.
I can listen to the 90s rap. I can listen to 2000. I can listen to 2010 and now. Cause that's, what I'm saying? It all has its place. I don't like to say one era is better than the other, depending on what I'm feeling like that day. If it's a song that I like in 1983, it's like that. That's the way it is with Run DMC. Yeah. I like it now. And I move forward to 93. I'm listening to Big Mike on Ghetto Boys. Whatever the song is, I like it now. Yeah, I moved to the 2000s. I like what was playing then.
Ludacris.
No, I don't really like Ludacris. Give me somebody else.
Nelly.
I never really liked Nelly. I never liked Nas. Give me somebody else. Who?
Diddy.
Never liked him. We talking about rap. Give me somebody else. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So I like it now. Give me something more recent now.
Young Thug.
I like some of this stuff. I like some of this stuff.
Okay. He listens to everything.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm all over. And so I'm sure your dad, he's stuck in a time warp, or do he listen to church?
No, he listens to everything. Now he ain't gonna. Sorry, right? He not gonna listen to like Young Thug. Somebody said Drake. He might not listen to like what's considered mumble rap or whatever. Some of the stuff like that. But he'll listen to like Future, or he'll listen to some Migos stuff.
Ain't no shame in
stuff like that. Game. But yeah, if it's reckless music,
so
like he ain't gonna listen to Chief Keef or
I'm a little different than most people too on music. I'm gonna hit a beat first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they're saying. It really doesn't matter. I try to tell my dumb nephew that it really don't matter what you're saying. If the beat tight enough, that's been proven over and over again. It has been proven over and over again. No matter what you spend out your mouth, how nonsensical it is, money's been made if the production is tight.
Right.
And that's what I hear first. And of course, it's hard for me.
She said she was going to target the oldie station.
Okay.
And during rush hour traffic when people are driving back and forth to work.
Ooh, good luck on that, baby girl.
It's just expensive.
That's just so expensive.
That kind of time. Yeah, she could. Nah, I'm not going to discourage
my girl, if you got that type of war chest, hit me up. Trust me, I have a better option with Facebook ads. If you got that type of war chest, because that's what it's going to take with radio.
Certainly.
Wow.
Okay, let's knock out some of these other questions.
Yeah.
They said, do you offer a course?
Yeah. Text me. 205-964-5243.
This one says, what certain things a property should have
They want to go back to real estate. Then.
that will make a cash buyer want to buy it? Yeah, they don't give a damn.
So what certain thing that property should have that will make a cash buyer want to buy it? Oh, equity.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers need to work.
Ooh.
It's based on where it's located, the condition, which turns into repair cost. That's it. The numbers. That's all that matters. The numbers have to justify where it's located, which determines the ARV, price, what it will appraise for an next condition, and the condition. That's it.
Okay. All right. Mr. Medina said, hey, Footman, what does your team look like now? VAs, acquisitions, and disposition.
Well, really, okay, we had the social media. That's who just asked the question. The other young lady helps on the real estate side. I have a VA. Then I have someone in Memphis that helps me with some social media stuff and some of the real estate stuff. That's it.
Yeah. All right. P. Glasser said, Fountain of Knowledge. Happy belated birthday, Jessica. Thank you.
Oh, they know your name too.
Yes.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Really? Oh, okay. Well, no, it's Jessica's birthday.
Yes, thank you.
We get Monday, the 26th.
Mm-hmm. And I was 26.
Of April.
I went 26, y'all. Okay. Shiva Davis said, to break down my roles, find wholesale deals. I do this via cold calling, Facebook.
VA could do that.
Mm-hmm. Facebook groups.
VA could do that.
And driving for dollars.
They probably can't do that.
Intern could do that.
Yeah.
I do use PropStream marketing. I create marketing materials and post on multiple platforms. Honestly,
VA could do that.
The VA could do that because you can get what's it called, Hootsuite or anything like that, and schedule all your posts.
Yep.
If they make you a content calendar for the month, so all that can be done by them. Let's see. Yeah, but
that's what's up.
All right, somebody else said happy late birthday.
Boys is trying to shoot their shots. Hey, well, we can't stay focused for nothing, can we?
No, we all got ADD.
Wow.
This one says, it's from Alvin W. From YouTube. They said, what advice do you have for someone who is a licensed realtor who wants to get into wholesaling?
Do it.
Yeah, we get this pretty
well. See, what realtors get confused about, because it sounds like you're being a realtor as a wholesaler, but it's a form of investing. Look at it like this, right? With your license, can you buy a house for your own investment purposes? And I know the answer is yes. This is the same thing. It's the same thing.
All right. We answered this earlier, but I don't think he heard it. Kid from Ohio, he said he's been told it's illegal to market and advertise properties under contract without a real estate license.
Yeah,
how can I get around this? Please help.
Yeah, we answered that earlier.
Yeah, we did. Go back and watch this in replay mode on whatever platform you prefer.
We answered.
Wu-Tang 23361 from YouTube said, I got a property, but the land is worth more. How would I do this deal? The house sits on 2 acres.
Well, what makes you feel that the land is worth more is the their development going on really, really close to that property. Otherwise, I'm not sure how you're figuring out the land is worth more. Yeah. Now, or it's in a neighborhood where there is a lot of transactions and the pricing is going up, then yeah, that 2 acres could be something that could be subdivided into a couple of properties or whatever. So, so you have to somewhat describe what you mean the land is worth more.
Okay. Thank you, Kirsten. She told me happy birthday. This one came from Dwayne Willis. He said, if you're talking to a 19-year-old who wants to get started wholesaling in NYC, what would you tell them?
Well, first of all, Dwayne, if you're that 19-year-old or whoever it is, you're very fortunate to even being introduced to that, this. You guys that are, much younger than I am, you're so fortunate to have this thing called the internet. Didn't exist at 19. Didn't even know It existed and exists to the public. Let me just say that. It's so fortunate because what it will allow you to do, we used to have to, if we wanted to get information, they had these things called encyclopedias. So,
like, we don't know what that is.
huh? Y'all had some.
Yes.
They had to be real old. They ain't buying while y'all was living.
No, I had encyclopedias.
I had.
Sometimes when you do work, your teacher will make you use more than one source. So you might have to use an encyclopedia or something from the internet, something from a book, or whatever.
Well, I ain't been in
Wasn't
school.
that long ago?
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, their grandmama had some. They mama didn't buy an encyclopedia. Anyway, so you're fortunate, my man. So because you do have access to the internet in so many forms and fashion, they have this website called YouTube. Since 2008, I've been placing content there for free, right? On every little thing I know about this business. Many people have taken that information and ran with it, right? And changed their financial situation. Nothing prevents you from doing the same thing. So once you educate yourself, guess what? You're going to know what to do. And just to give you a little hint on that, it's going to boil down to generating daily leads. Somewhat I already have said that, but I'll say it again. That's what we do as wholesalers. We generate leads, which turns into contracts, which turns into deals, which turns into checks. So there you go. Oh, so no more questions. Okay, well, this mukbang has been brought to you by nobody. So if you're local here, you want to feed us, and we'll talk about it. Y'all know how I do. I'll pound some down your throat or whatever. So if you're on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Like it. It'd just be embarrassing how few likes we get with the views we get, but whatever. I guess I'm begging. Please like us. And so share this with someone you think that it may can help. Anything you need to contract, text the word contract. You need to script, text the word script. You need to learn how to text message the proper way, text the word text. If you want to get probate list, I just released that video on Monday, text the word probate. What else I got?
CRM.
The CRM. The CRM. You need to be able to manage your leads, right? Text the letter CRM to the 205-964-5243.
Need a cash buyer.
You need cash buyers. You want to partner with me? Text the numbers 5050.
Want a copy of the contract?
Yeah, contract. Text the word contract.
Closing sheet.
The closing detail sheet that I use to put the deal together. Once you have a cash buyer, text the word close, CLOSE. I think I spelled that right.
Motivated seller list.
I got rid of that one. But if you need a list, just text the word list. I'll still do it. So.
And if you got a question. Okay, good job.
And if you have questions, post them in the comment section of any video. And I'm happy to answer that on any YouTube video. I'm actually happy to answer that on a daily basis.
Okay. Oh, really quick, Shelly from the H. What's a good site to get a phone number from for her bandit?
Bumber.com. V as in Victor, UMBER. So that's all we got. So get out on this week's mukbang.
So you're not gonna say the thing?
What? Everything you need to know is on my YouTube channel, so you have no excuses. You literally have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is
free. Bye, y'all.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know 205.